concerns about the IRS's role in Obamacare, and he's joining us now, Republican Congressman Bill Shuster, who's introducing a new bill that will block Obamacare funding and stop the IRS from enforcing the newly mandated health care law. Welcome, Congressman. Great to have you here today.
Thank you for having me here today.
Let's talk for a moment about why you feel taking this step is very important at a very critical time.
Right. Well, we've seen what the IRS has done by targeting conservative groups. It's an outrageous abuse of power, and to allow them to be deeply involved in implementing health care, Obamacare in this country, scares a lot of Americans. They're going to be the ones that administer the tax credits, the penalties, and they're going to be deeply involved with HHS. And so it's a scary thing, and I think we need to stop them, and that's why I've introduced H.R. 2125.
I think a lot of Americans still don't realize that the IRS would be involved in the implementation of the Affordable Health Care Act in and of itself, and the ramifications of what this might mean in their personal lives.
Sure, and nobody's sure of exactly how it's going to be implemented, not even this administration. That's why it's so important that this bill move forward, H.R. 2125, to stop them from getting into our health care business. We don't know for sure if they'll be able to know the intimate details of our health care, and that's something that employees may get out to let those leak out if there are groups they're targeting. So that's a great concern to the American people. And your poll, I think, shows it. That's a growing number. 53% don't believe it's going to be beneficial to them. And that number will grow as we see this be implemented.
Did you see red flags from the beginning when it was announced that the IRS would be involved in the implementation? Or are you responding now based on the concerns that are being raised with the alleged abuse of power?
No, I think there's always been concerns. When we saw months ago, they put in about 5 layers more of government in the IRS to implement this. So anytime you add that kind of red tape and layers of government, there's a concern. But then it especially becomes very important to us to make sure the IRS doesn't get involved in the details of our health care. So that's why we've introduced this bill, H.R. 2125.
Are you seeing that this bill is going to gain support from members on both sides of the aisle?
Well, I think it will. I think that you already see the Democrats are very upset, very concerned about what the IRS has done. Even though they're targeting conservative groups, they're Americans, and we have a right to free speech. We have a right to organize, and we have a right to be politically active.
Do you feel that this bill has some legs?
I think so, but we'll have to work it. And as I said, we'll be talking to our Democratic colleagues to make sure that we hopefully get them on board.
All right, Congressman, great to see you today. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us on this Memorial Day weekend. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll turn to